Good afternoon, students. Welcome to DBase Talks. Okay, now in this class we are discussing about the electrical measurement subject. So now in this class we are discussing about the fourth unit, that is nothing but instrument transformers and potentiometers. Okay, so first first one is instrument transformers. Okay, so transformers. Okay, so but here you can say that is nothing but instrument transformers. So what is the instrument transformers are nothing but the transformers used in conjunction with measuring instruments. Okay, so the transformers which are conjunction with measuring instruments, that is nothing but with voltmeters, ammeters, wattmeters are called as the instrument transformers. See here the instrument transformers are two types. Okay, here mainly the instrument transformers are two types. What are those? Current transformers, potential transformers. Okay, so the transformers used in conjunction with measuring instruments are called as the instrument transformers. Okay, so the transformers are mainly, here you have to using the instrument transformers are mainly two types. Those are current transformers and potential transformers. Okay, current transformer. First of all, you have to see the current transformer. Here, a current transformer is a device. Okay, so a current transformer is a device that is used for the transformation of current from a higher value into a proportionate current to a lower value. Okay, so a current transformer is a device. So why you are using the current transformer means for the transformation of current. Okay, for the transformation of current from a higher value into a proportionate current to a lower value. Okay, so this is the current transformer. Okay, so this is the primary and this is the secondary. Okay, the primary having less number of turns and secondary having the higher number of turns. Okay, for the secondary here you have to you have to connect a one ammeter having the range of 0 to 5 amperes. Okay, this primary current transformer, primary one end is connected to the heavy line current and another end is connected to the load. Okay, so that means here, okay, where the voltage drop occurs in primary winding is E1 I1 and in secondary winding of the current transformer the voltage drop occurs is E2 I2. And here the number of turns. Okay, so the number of turns is proportional to the voltage and it is proportional to the 1 by I. So here, so I1 by 2 by 1, inversely proportional. Okay, current is inversely proportional to the number of turns. At the time the current flows through the first primary winding, number of turns will be N1 and secondary winding number of turns will be N2. Okay, so at the time the current will flowing through the primary winding having N1 number of turns is proportional to the inversely proportional to the I1 and through the secondary winding is inversely proportional to the I2. Okay, ratios in current transformer. Okay, current transformer having primary winding and secondary winding. So what are that ratios means? See here. So the ratios of instrument transformers. Okay, see here actual ratio. Okay, actual ratio. First of all, what is the actual ratio means? See here a magnitude of actual prime in terms of for CT. So for CT and PT both. So here ratios of instrument transformers. So here these ratios is obtained for both CT current transformer as well as for potential transformer. But first here you have to take the for instrument ratios of instrument transformers. So actual ratio for CT and for PT. Okay, so that means current transformers and potential transformers are. So here the actual ratio is denoted with the symbol R. So R is equal to magnitude of actual primary current by magnitude of actual secondary current. So what is the magnitude? Okay, so the magnitude flows through first primary winding of the actual primary current to the actual secondary current is defined as the actual ratio. Similarly, so here you have to take the, so here you can express for CT. Okay, for CT means current transformer in terms of you have to take in current. But whenever you have to take the potential transformer, so at the time here the actual ratio is measured in voltage. Okay, so at that time here you have to write the magnitude of actual primary voltage by magnitude of actual secondary voltage. Okay, so these are the actual ratio formula for both CT and PT. So next here you have to take the nominal ratio. Okay, so nominal ratio. So what is the nominal ratio is nothing but Kn. Kn is equal to rated primary current by rated secondary current. That is for CT. So each and every instrument having some rated voltages and current. So whenever you have to take in the ratios of rated currents or voltages, so that ratio will be taken as a nominal ratio. Okay, so here the nominal ratio Kn is equal to rated primary current by rated secondary current. Okay, this is for CT. So okay, whenever you have to take in terms of current, okay, so that is for current transformer. Whenever you have to take in terms of voltage, okay, that is for potential transformer. Okay, for potential transformer, the nominal ratio Kn is equal to rated primary voltage by rated secondary voltage. Okay, that will be taken as the nominal ratio. Okay, so next one is what? Turns ratio. Okay, turns ratio. So that means is nothing but turns. The name itself indicates. Okay, number of turns. Okay, see here. CT for CT, the current and turns will be inversely proportional. Okay, so that's why here first you have to write number of turns of secondary winding by number of turns of primary winding. Okay, this is the turns ratio for CT. Whenever you have to take the turns ratio for PT. Okay, number of turns of primary winding by number of turns of secondary winding. Okay, so this is the turn ratio for PT. So whenever we have to draw equivalent circuit of a current transformer. Okay, so from this current transformer equivalent circuit, we have to draw the phasor diagram. From that phasor diagram, we have to apply some current values. Okay, first here we have to see the equivalent circuit of the current transformer. Okay, so this is the primary. This is the primary side. Okay, this is the primary side of the current transformer, and this is the secondary side of the current transformer. Now you have to see which elements are connected in primary side of the current transformers and which elements are connected in the secondary side of the current transformer. Whenever you have to take in the primary side of the current transformer, see this having the series primary resistance Rp and primary reactance Xp. Okay, so that this is the primary current IP. Okay, here you have to I naught, no load current. Okay, whenever you have to giving any load to the current transformer, at that time when no load condition, the no load current will be split into the two currents. Okay, so that is the magnetizing current and the core loss current. Okay, so that means so this having RC is IE and IM. Okay, so this is having RE resistance, internal resistance RE, and this is having internal reactance XM. And here across the primary winding, the EMF induced will be assumed as the EP. Okay, so here there will be compulsory transformer is nothing but the transformer is compulsory working on the mutual induction principle. Okay, so at that time the magnetic flux occurs between the primary and secondary of the current transformer will be phi m. Okay, so at that time the secondary RS and secondary side the current will flowing through the current transformer will be IS, and the secondary resistance will be RS, and secondary reactance will be XS. Okay, so at that time, so this is RE and XE are the load resistance and load reactance. Okay, and here the voltage appears across the load will be is equal to the secondary voltage, that is Vs. This is the parameters included in the equivalent circuit of current transformer. Now you have to see the phasor diagram. Okay, so the phasor diagram of the current transformer. Okay, see here flux. Okay, here you have to take in the x-axis flux. Okay, here on y-axis you have to take it the EB. So at that time the primary current IP. Okay, so you have to know load current IE. This having the core loss component IC and magnetizing component IM. Okay, so here this is the secondary voltage ES, secondary current IS. Okay, this is the voltage drop VS. So voltage across the secondary will be VS. Okay, this is VS IS RS is the voltage drop, and voltage drop across the secondary resistance, and IS XS is the voltage drop across the reactance. And these two having the 90 degrees angle, and this in the between these IS and VS, here you have to assuming the angle delta, and in between IS and ES you have to assume the angle zeta. See here IS RS is parallel to the IS. Here this ISRS is parallel to the IS. Okay, coming to this side, whenever the secondary current will be reflected to the primary side, at that time you have to represent it as N into IS. Okay, this is known as the reflected secondary current. Okay, and here you have to assume the angle between EP, EP and so this is the N into IS is zeta, and you have to assume the current in between N into IS and IP will be theta, and here you have to assume the angle between I naught and IM will be alpha. Okay, here it is whenever you have to extend it. Okay, whenever you have to extend the reflected secondary current to that point P. So at that time here, whenever you have extended, you have to draw a parallel line to AC. So at that time here it is forms a right angle triangle. Okay, so right angle triangle. See here ABC. Okay, so this is the ABC is a here right angle triangle. Here IP is formed the sum of I naught bar plus N into IS bar. Okay, here the primary current will be formed summation of the no load current plus reflected secondary current. Okay, so this is the phasor diagram for the equivalent circuit of a current transformer. Okay, so this is the right angle triangle. So from this triangle here 90 degrees, here angle will be zeta, and here angle will be 90 minus zeta minus alpha. Why? Because it is will make alpha. This is N into IS. Okay, so this is the phasor diagram. Okay, so from this one first, from that phasor diagram, here you have to find out the transformation ratio. So what is the transformation ratio? Okay, so transformation ratio is nothing but the a ratio of the magnitude of primary current by secondary current. So that means here you have to find out the transformation ratio of the current transformer. Okay, from that phasor diagram here you have to find out the here you have to find out the primary current and as well as the secondary current. Okay, so now see this diagram. Whenever you have to take the triangle OAC. Okay, this is the triangle. Okay, from this triangle here you can write OC square. Hypotenuse square is equal to OBC square plus OBC square. But here OB is, see in the diagram, summation of a OA plus AB. OA is nothing but N into IS plus AB is nothing but I naught cos alpha. I naught cos theta. So theta is nothing but 90 minus alpha minus zeta. BC is nothing but I naught sin 90 minus. So this is from before side you have to draw the right angle triangle. From the triangle you can get BC equal to I naught sin 90 minus alpha minus zeta. Okay, therefore the primary current IP, OC is nothing but IP, OB is nothing but N into so OB is nothing but N into IS plus I naught cos minus zeta whole square. So this total term here you have to write. So that means A plus B whole square means A square B square plus 2AB. You have to expand this formula similarly. So BC is nothing but I naught. BC is nothing but I naught square plus sin 90 minus Z alpha minus zeta square. Okay. So from this, whenever you have to expand, you have to get this one. Okay. IP square. So whenever you have to write IP to this one, this will becomes the root. So that's why here you have to write a whole to the power of 1 by 2. So hence transformation ratio is IP by IS. Here you have to get the IP value, but you want so you have to directly write ns is a whole square plus I naught square plus 2n is into I naught sin alpha plus zeta whole to the power of 1 by 2 divided by is. So see here, since magnetizing current, so magnetizing current is occurs at no load condition. Okay, So that's why the magnetizing current I naught value will be very, very small. So that's why you can neglect the I dot term. So that's why you can neglect this term. I naught sin alpha plus zeta whole square. Okay, so at that time, here you can get n into is plus I naught, sin alpha plus zeta whole square 1 to the power of 2. So at that time, square will be cancelled. So at the time, finally, R value will be get n into is plus I naught sin alpha plus zeta by is. Okay, so whenever you have to split is term for these two terms, so n into is by is. So at that time, is term will be cancelled. Finally, you can get n. So plus this will becomes I naught by is sin alpha plus zeta. Okay, this is the transformation ratio of the current transformer. Okay, whenever you have taken the above expression, that is R equal to n plus I naught by is. So what is the formula you can get? I naught by is sin alpha plus zeta. From this formula, you can observe that you have to note that transformation ratio is not equal to the CT turns ratio. Okay, this will be not equal to the turns ratio, and here the transformation ratio will be depends on the excitation current and excitation angle. Okay, so must and should this transformation ratio will be depending upon the excitation angle. Okay, so for transformation ratio to be equal to the turns ratio, so whenever transformation ratio is equal to the turns ratio, so at that time alpha and zeta will be equal to 0. So what is the meaning of this formula? This means that there should be not any core loss in the current transformer and burden should be purely resistive. So at that time there will be no core losses will be occur. So in our transformer, core losses, Starfield losses, eddy current losses, all losses will be present in the transformer. So whenever alpha equal to zeta equal to 0, so at the time there will be no core loss in the current transformer. So at the time the burden that means the load will be purely resistive. As well as you have to the phase angle of current transformer theta. Okay, so at the time only you have to take the primary side phasor diagram. Previously you have to written, right? So you have to want phase angle theta. This term here you want. So at this time, what are you see here? Phase angle of the current transformer. See, in the above phasor, consider the right angle triangle OBC. So here, whenever you have considered the right angle triangle OBC, so at that time tan theta is equal to BC by OB. Okay, so here you have to write tan theta is equal to BC by OB. So BC value is nothing but previously whenever you have to find out the nominal ratio, at the time you have to write P is equal to I naught sin 90 minus alpha minus zeta. OB is nothing but, see here, OB. OB is nothing but OA plus AB. Okay, so at that time OA value will be n into is, AB value will be I naught sin alpha plus zeta. Here theta is very, very small, hence tan theta will be theta. So at that time theta is equal to I naught cos alpha plus zeta divided by n into is plus I naught sin alpha plus zeta. Okay, so this is the phase angle for the current transformer. Okay, so and here see also I naught is very, very small. Okay, so here I naught value is very, very small. Therefore, I naught sin alpha plus zeta is very, very less than n into is. So at that time you have to neglecting the I naught sin alpha plus zeta. So at that time theta will becomes I naught cos alpha plus zeta divided by n into is. So here you have to expand. This is in the form of cos A plus B. What is the formula for cos A plus B? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So at that time here you have to write I alpha cos zeta minus I naught sin alpha sin zeta divided by n into is. Okay, so from phasor, I am equal to I naught cos alpha and I equal to I naught sin alpha. So here you have to write. Okay. So I naught cos alpha means you have to write Im, I naught sin alpha means I. So at that time that phase angle formula will becomes, okay, Im cos zeta minus I sin zeta by n into is radians. So theta will be measured in radians and degrees. So whenever you have to convert this formula into the degrees, so at that time you have to multiplying with this theta into 180 by pi. So at that time theta is equal to 180 by pi Im cos theta minus IE sin theta by n into Is degrees. Okay, this is the phase angle of the current transformer. Now you have to see the errors. Errors in the current transformer. Okay, see, now you have to see the errors. See, actually transformation ratio must be equal to trans ratio, and the phase angle between the primary and secondary currents must be 180 degrees. Okay, so always the transformation ratio must be equal to the turns ratio. Okay, and phase angle between the primary and secondary must be also 180 degrees. Okay, from the below equation it is observed that these two conditions are not satisfied. Okay, so those are nothing but the errors in the current transformer. So R equal to n plus I naught by Is sin alpha plus theta. So that means here the nominal ratio will be not is equal to the transformation ratio is not equal to the turns ratio. Similarly, the phase angle will be also is not exactly 180 degrees. So it will be becomes theta is equal to 180 by pi into Im cos theta minus IE sin theta by n into Is degrees. So now you have to see the errors in the current transformers are classified as ratio, So the errors, so the errors in the current transformer is classified as the ratio error and phase angle error. Okay, these are the two errors occurred in the current transformer. Okay, so ratio error. First one is what? Ratio error. See here, the ratio error. The ratio error is defined as the per unit deviation in the transformation ratio from the nominal ratio. Okay, so ratio error is nothing but per unit. Okay, per unit deviation in transformation ratio from the nominal ratio. Okay, so at that time, percentage ratio error is equal to nominal ratio minus actual ratio into 100. Okay, this is the nothing but the ratio error. So ratio error, nominal ratio is denoted with Kn and actual ratio we will have right R. So that means, so percent See, ratio error is defined as the per unit deviation in transformation ratio from nominal ratio. Okay, so it is expressed as percentage ratio error equal to nominal ratio minus actual ratio by actual ratio into 100. Okay, so at that time you have to write percentage ratio error equal to, so here nominal ratio will be represented with Kn and actual ratio will be represented with R. So at that time it will becomes Kn minus R by R into 100. So that means R equal to, what is the formula for R? Okay, actual ratio we have to define for current transformer is R equal to n plus I naught by Is into sin alpha plus zeta. So that means since the burden of current transformer is usually resistive, so therefore the power factor is burden is almost unity. So whenever you have to take the resistive load, for resistive load always the power factor value will be unity. So at that time hence zeta equal to 0. So at the time delta equal to 0 zeta. So at the time I naught Is into sin alpha. I naught sin alpha is equal to IE from the phasor diagram. So at the time R becomes n plus IE by IS. Phase angle error. What is the second error occurs in the current transformer? Phase angle error. See here, ideally the angle between the primary current and secondary current should be 180 degrees. Okay, so actually the current, okay, the angle between primary and secondary current will be should be 180 degrees, but there is some deviation from 180 degrees. Okay, so actual whenever the current transformer will be ideal, at that time there must be the angle between the primary and secondary current will be must and should 180 degrees, but there is some deviations will be occurred that in the 180 degrees. The deviation will be called as phase angle error. Why this is called phase angle error means it is after the error occurs in between the phase angle between the primary current and secondary current. That's why this deviation is called phase angle error. Okay, so what is the phase angle error from the current transformer? You have to obtain this theta equal to 180 by pi Im cos zeta minus Ie sin zeta by n into Is degrees. Okay. See here, since the burden of current transformer is usually resistive, therefore the power factor of the burden is almost unity. Okay, so that at the time the power factor will be unity. Hence, so here also, so mostly we have to use the burden. Burden is nothing but the load. You have to mostly using the load is resistive. Okay, so that's why here the power factor of the burden is almost unity. Hence, zeta equal to 0. So whenever zeta is equal to 0, here also zeta. See here. Zeta equal to 0. Therefore, here you have to substitute zeta equal to 0. So at that time 180 by zeta. Zeta equal to 0. Sin 0 will be 0. Cos 0 will be 1. Okay, so at that time the formula will becomes 180 by 5 Im 1 into n into I divided by n into Is degrees. Okay, so this is the phase angle error formula in the current transformer. Next, precautions. So the errors, the ratio error and phase angle errors will be occurs in the current transformer. Whenever the occurs will be occur, what is the precautions will be taken? So see, CT secondary should never be kept open. Okay, so to prevent that errors, you have to never open the secondary side of the current transformers, and open CT secondary causes a high voltage. So whenever, in some cases, whenever you have to open the secondary side of the current transformer, so at that time it causes the high voltages across the CT secondary terminals. Okay, so at that time it causes the high voltages. Okay, high voltages will occur across the CT secondary terminals, which may cause damage of the equipment. So at that time the equipment may be damaged. Okay, so up to now here you have to discussing the, okay, so what is the current transformer? Okay, so and what is the what is the performance of the current transformer? Okay, you have to draw the equivalent circuit. Okay, so from the circuit you have to obtain the ratio error. Okay, phase angle error theta. Okay, so and you have to see the, okay, what are the precautions to take to overcome these errors. So next one is what? Potential transformer. Okay, so potential transformer. See here, the potential transformer may be defined as an instrument transformer used for the transformation of voltage from a higher value to lower value. So here the potential transformer is nothing but, here the potential transformer is used for the, may be defined as the instrument transformer, and it is used, why you are using here potential transformer means for the transformation of voltage from a higher value to the lower value. Okay, see here, this is a high voltage. To convert into the low voltage, here you have to using the potential transformer. This is having also primary winding having high number of turns, and secondary winding having low number of turns, and for primary you have to giving the high voltage. Okay, and this is secondary. Okay, and secondary side you have to connect a 1 volt meter, and secondary for that primary you have to connecting the load also. See here, in potential transformer, okay, V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by 1,2. So that means the voltage across any winding is proportional to the corresponding that number of turns. Okay, that means voltage is proportional to the number of turns. See here, see here, now you have to see the transformation ratio and phase angle of potential transformer. Okay, so transformation ratio and phase angle of potential transformer. See here, the derivation of the phase angle and transformation ratio of the potential transformer is same as that of current transformer. Okay, so the derivation of for the transformation ratio, okay, and phase angle will be same as current transformer. And directly here you have to write. Okay, so that is the transformation ratio R equal to Vp by Vs. Okay, that means primary. So what is the transformation ratio? Magnitude of primary current by magnitude of secondary current. That is for current transformer. In terms of potential transformer, primary voltage by secondary voltage. Okay, that means R equal to Vp by Vs. That is equal to N plus N into Is R2E cos delta plus X2E sin delta plus ICRP plus IMXP divided by Vs. Okay, so this is the transformation ratio of the potential transformer. Similarly, the phase angle. Okay, so the phase angle for the potential transformer is given by ISVS, secondary current by secondary voltage into X2E. Okay, that means here X2E is nothing but equivalent reactance. R2E means nothing but equivalent resistance. Okay, X2E cos delta minus R2E sin delta plus ICXP, core loss component IMRP. This is nothing but magnetizing component divided by N into Vs radian. Okay, these are the formulas for transformation ratio and phase angle error, phase angle for the potential transformer. Okay, so next you have to see reduction. Okay, so reduction of errors in instrument transformers. Okay, why in which ways we have to reduce these errors? Okay, the ratio errors, okay, or phase angle errors, whatever the errors, how you can reduce, how you can minimize that errors means you have to using the following methods. Reducing core loss and magnetizing components of no load current. Here you have to reducing the core loss and magnetizing components of no load current. Whenever you have to reducing the core loss component as well as the magnetizing component, so at that time you have to reduce the ratio errors and phase angle errors. Okay, so to reduce these core loss and magnetizing current, in which ways you have to reduce the core loss and magnetizing components is nothing but good quality of core material. Here you have to choose the good quality of core material. Similarly, use large cross section of the core. Okay, and you can use the large cross section of the core. So next one is what? Reduction of resistance and leakage reactance. As so you have to reduce. Okay, you have to reduce the resistance and leakage reactance also. So for this one, using thick conductors. Okay, for this purpose, here you have to using the thick conductors and like decreasing the length of Newton. Okay, so to reduce the resistance and leakage reactance, you have to use the thick conductors. Okay, so next one is what? Both primary and secondary windings are kept close. Okay, primary as well as secondary winding both are kept close. Okay, so next one is what? Providing turns compensation. Okay, so whenever you have to providing the turns compensation, at that time it is useful to reduce the ratio errors. Okay, so next we have to see the advantages and disadvantages of the instrument transformers. Okay, so and what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of instrument transformers? Coming to the advantages of instrument transformers, first one, high voltages and currents can be measured with normal range voltmeter and ammeter in conjunction with instrument transformers. First of all, why are you introducing the instrument transformers? Means to find out the high voltage and high currents. Okay, for using normal ammeters and voltmeters, it is not possible to find out the high voltages and high currents. Okay, so that's why you have to find out the high voltages, okay, high currents in conjunction with voltage and ammeter. Here you have to introduce the instrument transformers. Similarly, can be used to operate many protecting devices. Okay, so you have to also operate the many protecting devices. You have to use the instrument transformers. Isolate the instruments from high voltages and currents. Okay, to isolate the any instruments from high voltages and currents also, here you have to use the instrument transformers. Coming to the disadvantage. So only disadvantages of the instrument transformers are these are only suitable for AC circuits. Okay, transformer means the transformer is only suitable for AC and it is not suitable for DC. Here I will say that this is instrument transformers. Okay, so that means it is used to find out only AC voltages and AC currents. Okay, so that's why it is only suitable for the instrument transformers are only suitable for AC, but it is not suitable for the DC. Okay, so up to now in this class we are discussing about the so instrument transformers, potential transformers and current transformers. Thank you.